Hey everybody, Liddell here, and we're going to be going over the height adjustment of the Wizard vacuum planter. This is going to be on the PTO specifically. There is a different setup for height adjustment on the electric Tilmor version. So on the PTO version, you're going to notice that you have two different options. One gives you 10 inches of vertical difference, and the other gives you 6. And basically that's what's different. Most everything else in the kit is the same except for the stand. The stand is also different height, so on the taller version you get a taller stand because of the vertical distance. The reason why this video is important and why the height adjustment is important is simply because the Wizard planter and the base unit is so close to the ground that on tractors that have taller lift arms or where you have the PTO fully extended, it's nice to get the whole unit up so the 3-point is a little higher. So we're going to finish out this video showing you how to install these and help you get a quick start if you have any questions. So I'm going to pull the table away and we're going to show you get going right now. Here we are now getting ready to install the lowering kit, and I have the long bar that we're going to be running underneath. It's going to go down like this, and there's going to be some clamps and a series of U-bolts that squeeze and pull and kind of connect things. In this situation I do have a shorter bar here. This typically would be a little bit longer that you might use to go out further, but for what I'm doing, this will work just fine. So we're going to take this lowering kit. You're going to see that there's a face there, and I've loosened these U-bolts and washers. I haven't taken them off completely, but I've loosened them. And we're going to bring this over here, and it's going to have the bottom. We're going to want the bottom toolbar to be on the back side. So you're going to see that clamp back there. That way the seater's on the back side. And then we're going to run one of the longer U-bolts through, just like so. It's going to just make kind of a complete sandwich. All right. We're going to add the other lowering kit over there on that side as well. Similarly, we have the long U-bolt. There's two different sizes. And this, if you have a longer toolbar, could go out here as long as the second one is away from the metering unit. So you're going to see the first one is going to be close to the vacuum housing. The second one could be here, which I'm going to be doing, or it could be out further depending on what works. So we're just going to run this thing through this way. Again, long U-bolt going the whole way through. Okay, so we have this side on. Okay, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. We're going to run this over there with another long U-bolt. This one you may not be able to see quite as well, but it's coming through. And the last one. All right, so this is what we would call the lowering section. And again, if you have the shorter ones, the same principle applies. It's just they're a little bit shorter. So. And my U-bolt's not going to want to go without some persuasion, which I might have to do off camera. So give me a second. All right, we are back. We've installed all 4 lowering brackets with the U-bolt sticking out. We're going to now take the kind of the heavy-duty, I don't know what you would call these, washers or plates that are going to go back here. All right, I'm going to put those on along with all of the distinct hardware that goes with them. So that'll take a few minutes. I'm going to just spin those on. And then once we do all of this, you're going to notice we're going to remove one of the plates. Okay, so what we're going to do is while we're here, we're going to pop this one off. Okay, and we're going to add a different bracket. Okay, so this bracket that comes in the kit right here is going to go just like this, and we're going to have some special washers that go there too. So, all right, so I removed these 2 elements that were here along with the nut. We're going to be putting a special bracket here you're going to see shortly. I tightened things down just a little bit to get us kind of in position, and we're going to quickly take off the belt cover. And I had a little bit of a challenge when I did this the first time, kind of understanding the rationale, but I think I've got it figured out. We're going to take the belt cover off, along with all the washers. And we're going to remove these center bolts. And the reason we're going to do that is because we're going to provide this support mechanism that goes here. And they would like us to remove these so that we're going to put some spacers in there. So I'm going to quickly do that. Okay. I guess this is a place for a wrench, 2 wrenches, and we're just going to... Okay. That's on there nicely. I don't think that was coming off. We're going to do the same thing to the opposite side. All right. So in here, they do provide you 4 kind of special washers. They're a little bit thicker, and they basically take up the space of what that nut and washer did, okay? And this allows us, when we do something later, if we need to change the belt or anything, this allows us to be able to remove these 2 bolts while not removing the bracket, okay? So if you miss this step, probably not crucial, but it is a step that is included in here. We're going to put this back on with those washers now in between, okay? All right. So now's the step where I'm going to bring these back in. I'm going to put a little bit of a washer there, and we're going to add that on, okay? So you can kind of see that process there. And actually, I should probably stop 1 minute and put these back on first. The nice thing is all this hardware is the same size. So with a 17 millimeter, you should be good to be able to do it all. So we have put the plate back on the unit here, and we're going to add the brackets that go down to support this. It's going to come up through just like so. It's going to go around the U-bolt here and go up there, okay? So it's a pretty simple process, and we're going to put these backer plates back on kind of as the washer, you might say, or the support. It's going to go through like so, and then we're going to just add the different hardware. So I still have a few washers left here. So we're going to put those in there. And like so. Okay. So I'm going to go through now and just tighten up all the hardware here once I get these on. And we'll have the main bracket complete at this point. And then the only last thing we'll have to do is add the bottom bar, and then we will be good to go. So here we go. All right, we finished that up, and we're going to now bring this bar over. And we have the shorter U-bolts that are left. So we're going to run them through here. And they're just going to go kind of backwards through the setup here. So you're going to want to mark this, kind of get it centered. So the important thing is when you're putting these brackets on, you're going to want to make sure they don't interfere with the actual seater unit. So we're going to have a seater unit right in the middle, and then we're going to have 2 more out here. And that's why I put them so close to the middle for right now, was just I could have either put the second one here or the second one out here, but you don't want it interfering with where the seater unit's going to be going. So, all right, we're just going to put these on, and then I think that will wrap us up for the lowering bracket. That's how you would do both the 6 and 10 inch. And then the last reminder is that the stand itself, the green thing, for the longer lowering kit, we're going to change that out, okay? And that's just a matter of changing out the U-bolts there and putting this longer stand in. The other option would be potentially just removing the cotter pin if you wanted and pulling the longer stand out. But either way, you need to change it out so that you can get that vertical height. So that's going to be the process for putting on the lowering kit for the Wizard PTO version. This is again different if you have the electric version. It's going to look a little bit different, but this is for the Wizard PTO version. If you have any questions, again, don't hesitate to reach out to Tilmor. We're happy to help.